And I'm back with Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. I've lowered some of the visual settings, hopefully it won't be too noticeable, but it should also really help performance. So we just completed the tutorial just earlier, and now we're going to go and actually start up some of the storyline missions. As you can see, Vegas likes to load as much as it possibly can while you're walking around. The plus side of this means you never have to have any real loading times when you're outdoors, and to some extent even indoors. The problem with this is where someone will be later on, the problem with this is that it loads a lot of stuff all at once. Okay. Now we can go talk to Trudy.
I'm done being nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not going to buy something, get out.
What the hell is your problem?
That should give you some idea that something's about to happen. Let's talk to Trudy.
Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon. Looks like our little town got itself dragged in the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. About a week ago, this trader...
I'm gonna skip all this.
We figured he
Long
was
story
just
short, some guy comes into town, he's pissed off a bunch of people, they're coming to come pick him up, and, that's about it.
He's holed up at the... You mean murder him? That's not our way. Even if... Some of the others, like Sun... Personally, I hope he sneaks out... Chain gangs, really. The NCR... Problem is, it turns out that giving convicts a bunch...
I'm going to try to leave these lines up just long enough for people to pause and read them.
Some of them stuck together. Of course, helping Ringo would also make... Don't know why you want to do a thing like that. He's a convict.
So yeah, basically, depending on how you actually do things, you can gain a reputation with some people or some other people. And this will actually tell you...
They were having some kind of argument about it, but the guy in the check...
This will actually make it so that you get more help or less help from those particular people.
That whole area is overrun with the kind of... Merchants avoid that whole stretch of I-15. I didn't hear exactly, but the leader was talking... Fellow wants to get there and avoid the 15? Sure, the outside looks okay, but I think there'd be caps in it for you. I do like to... I know that thing as much as... It acts friendly enough, but I don't... Other than rolling around once in a while. I don't know why it took an interest in you, but...
And that's as much as we care about. We can fix the radio, which is that right there. Repair of 20 or greater means we get to repair it.
Feeling thirsty? I can... Yeah, I heard it turn right back on after you...
And if you have enough of barter...
Not at all. I'm never sure how much is normal. Now, how...
Now, if you actually look, she's got some things. She's got some weapons. She's got some... Actually, sorry, that was my stuff. She's got some random items, but we don't really care about any of that, honestly. We're going to sell some stuff to her so we can get it out of our inventory. Because some things, we just do not want the weight. We really don't. So when you see me pick up stuff out in the wasteland, chances are I'm doing it just so we can sell it again.
Another satisfied customer.
Yeah, hey look, we leveled up. The level up happens automatically, there's nothing we can do about it. Right now, most important to me is going to be, with our 15 skill points, getting speech up, and getting science up. Put a point into lockpick. Actually, no, we'll put 1 point to repair to get to an even 40. Most events actually require a round number, so you want to get them up as high as you can. At level 2, 4, 6, 8, and every 2 levels afterwards, we get some sort of perk. Level 2 is our next one. Confirmed Bachelor means you do plus 10% damage to any male opponents, and if you're talking directly to men, you can get a special option in the dialogue. Lady Killer, exact same thing, but with women. We don't care about either one. Retention, you gain bonuses from skill magazines, 3 times as long as normally. We don't really care about that. Swift Earner, 10% extra total experience points whenever experience points are earned, but you can just go do other stuff to get those points instead. And Intense Training, that we're going to take now, gets 1 point into any special attribute. We're going to take that now. And we get to choose what we want to upgrade that into. I'm going to put a point into Luck right now. And we're done in this area. You may ask why I didn't put it into Intelligence immediately. That's simply because there is a way to get stat bonuses later on in the game, and I would rather not waste a stat bonus I can get otherwise. Okay, we are now hidden. We can activate this terminal and do a hacking minigame. Yeah, skip. So hacking is really easy. You've got to pick any word on here, and it's going to tell you how many letters are right. And you're basically going to guess to see if you can get the right letters. What this usually means is you want to narrow it down as best as humanly possible. So choose some stuff that has a lot, or choose a word that has a lot of words in common with other words, or lots of letters in common with other words on the screen, and see how it works. So it appears only 2 out of 7 of those letters are correct. And that means letters in their exact place. So we want something that has 2 letters in common with the peers, but no more. Let's see here. Spotted only has 1 letter in common, apparently. We lost a P, and we lost an R. Actually, P is the only thing. So we know that, let's see. We know that P is going to be the second letter here. So let's look for something with P as a second letter. I am doing that right? I might be wrong. Let's try something. Okay. If you get this final one wrong, you actually fail. And by failing, it will lock you out, period. Now, there is a trick to this. If you look for any string that has an opening and closing parentheses, bracket, arrow, something to that effect, something will happen. It'll remove a dud, so that doesn't work anymore. It'll give you your, and the allowance replenish is the one we want right now. You can do this ahead of time, but it's kind of, not necessarily what you want there. So Western, 5 out of 7 is correct, so we're looking for something that's like Western, but isn't exactly Western. Dusters is probably not it. Masters is probably not it either. Let's see. We already tried Cistern. What am I looking for? Actually, nope, not Dusters. So we got the same 5 out of 7 correct. Try filters. Darn. Yeah, I'm not doing this really well. Wrong button. Click the power button, you get to leave, you get to go back in. Karma, you'll lose or gain depending on how good or bad you are. You could see that this action's name is in red, which means that it's a bad action. I shouldn't be doing this. But I'm sure you can tell exactly how much I care. ING ones you want to do early, because it'll tell you, we know this is not an ing word, because ing isn't allowed. This means we can start looking for the ones that are not quite as, actually it cuts down a lot of these options for us. It's not physics. It's not an ED word. Looking for our allowance replenishment. Getting a lot of duds removed, which is fantastic. Did I do the ones up here yet? Yeah. Yeah, there's almost always allowance for punishment here. Oh dear. There we go. Okay, I can't remember what we tried. Have we tried sterile? Yes. That's an ing. That's an ing. What about thirsty? Nope. Did I try sheriff? Okay, we have to back out of this one. This is actually worth it, I promise. Yeah, and if you go back in immediately, you have to sit through this entire little mini scene for a few seconds. Okay. Let's get this out of the way immediately. Okay, so ing, there's 3 correct in there. Walking is only 2 correct, so we know it's not an ing. It's not an ing thing. And remains is it. Okay, so we gained some experience for hacking. And now we get to disengage lock. God, I'm going to keep on doing that, aren't I? Okay, so we lost some karma. Yada, yada, yada. We are right now looking for the floor safe, which is what that just unlocked. And we got a crap ton of stuff out of that. I should feel bad about that. I really don't. Okay, if we go into the items and weapons, our current varmint rifle is not really good. We can repair it with the other one to increase the condition of it, which means more damage and more goodness for us. And then we get to leave. Hey, look at Cheyenne. There's Easy Pete again.
Hey!
When you're sneaking, you can also pickpocket people. Depending on how good your sneaking skill is, you may actually succeed and get stuff off of them. You can also do something called a reverse pickpocket, where you put something into their pockets. Some of you may wonder why you would do this. Well, you can force them to equip something, so you can get something off of them that they wouldn't otherwise, that is no longer equipped, because you cannot steal equipped items. You can also put explosives into the pocket of someone.
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I've got plenty of supplies for sale. If you're hurting for caps, I've...
Okay. So he's got a couple of good stuff. The Silenced 22 pistol is actually one of the better weapons in the game because it has a very, very high critical damage, or critical chance and critical damage. It's also silenced. It means it's, you're unlikely to get others to attack you. Problem is, the 22 pistol only uses 22 rounds, and I don't feel like hunting those down right now. Miscellaneous gives you a lot of very good stuff. The most important one right now, which we can't afford, is the, let's see if I can find one for our varmint rifle. The most important things are mods. These are one-use items, but they allow you to augment your weapons, and in doing so, let's see, what does the varmint rifle use? Varmint rifle uses 5.66 rounds. When you edit the weapon like that...
Pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, don't care about you. It makes your weapon better somehow. Now, it's a permanent upgrade, but the nice thing about it is that there's never an upgrade that's bad when it comes to mods. Now my varmint rifle has extended magazines, which means that I can go further without having to reload. want to do that for just about every weapon you get. Almost every single weapon has some really good modification that makes it worth it. The problem is some weapons do not get modifications at all, like the Silence 22 pistol back there. Get some sarsaparilla.
That's close enough. Who are you, and what do you want with me? Sorry about the gun. We got off to a bad start. Yeah, he doesn't look very tough. I'll have a much bigger problem once his... I'm gonna lay low for as long as... We just end up sharing the same grave. Start with Sunny Smile.
Okay, so this is the new quest, so we're gonna see if we can get Ringo in good here.
So what's going on? Oh.
Can't really do much. What I want to try to do is play Caravan with him. Caravan is basically one of the best ways to make money in this game. It's a gambling game, but if you know the trick to Caravan, it is not at all hard to win. And you can just make piles of money doing it. We'll be doing a lot of it later on this game. Whenever you pass a box like this, make sure to discover it. You have to actually activate it. It allows you to put items in it and take items out the other end. The only reason this is good, we are not doing this right now, the only reason doing so is good is because you can actually put items in so you don't have to carry them around in case you're trying to go from one place to another.
Hi there. Sticking around.
Say no.
Joe Cobb talks about leaving us alone if we hand over Ringo. However, between you, me, and Ringo, if you could convince Trudy... I know Easy Pete's got a stock of... Finally, there's a good chance...
Okay, so let's go just directly talk to some of these people. I'm probably not going to be able to convince everybody.
So you're planning on taking on Joe Cobb's gang. I was planning on sitting this one out, but for some reason... Let me have a word with a few
speech
other
automatically
folks.
got me that
While
win.
everyone does own a gun, we could stand...
And if you'll notice, my experience bonus is exactly the same as my requirement to pass that. Next, we try to talk to Easy Pete and get him to say yes.
Too dangerous. Want to kill all yourselves.
In order to actually get him to do it, your explosive skill has to be high enough. Unfortunately, mine isn't.
Yep.
And I'm not going to put points into explosives just to get him to give it to me. So instead, let's go talk to the shopkeep. See if we can convince him to give everybody armor.
You looking to buy some supply? Now just hold on. I never voted to take... Look, you're bringing this...
And he requires 3 more barter than I actually have available right now.
This... Right. Take...
So unfortunately, I can't convince him. Unfortunately, not being able to convince him means that the upcoming fight is going to be a lot more difficult than I originally bargained for. Go talk to Doc Mitchell real quick, who seems to be hiding out over here.
Welcome back. Seems... Oh, I'm not much...
Naturally, all we can do here. Now, depending on what you want to do, there are some ways that you can get around the whole barter thing and the whole explosives thing. We're going to do one of those right now in the hopes that I can actually get a level and get a few points into barter so that we can actually get the armor. And one of those is the schoolhouse right here. Make your way into the schoolhouse, and you'll find that it's overrun by a ton of mantises. And I somehow miss with 90% chance to hit. Now we're not going to gain much experience off these guys. We are actually over-leveled to attack these things. There is a reason we're in here, though. And it's not to kill a bunch of mantises. Oh, come on. If you notice in the upper left-hand side that I'm at 10 out of 50 for killing mutated insects. Fallout New Vegas does have a challenges system built in. By beating challenges, you will actually get a lot of experience, and if you do it enough, you might even get a perk. Okay, the reason we're in here... One, there's some items. Not a lot, admittedly, but if you're hurting for cash, and there's something in particular you want, good place to be. The other reason we're in here is this. Now, I did things out of order earlier. What you want to do, if there is one of those, what you want to do is try to do a lockpick first and then do a computer hack, because you can do both, and that means 50 experience instead of just 25, double the experience. Unfortunately, you have to have at least 25 lockpicking skill to open a level 25 lock, and I just don't have that. Well, apparently with winding, out of the 7 letters, 6 is correct, but with finding, out of 7 letters, only 5 is correct. So we need that one. Disengage the lock, open the safe, get a bunch of stuff. Now, let's see. Now what we have here, Programmer's Digest, is a temporary plus 10 to science, which is quite helpful. And then we have Mentats, wherever they went, which is a temporary plus 1 to charisma, plus 2 to perception, and plus 2 to intelligence. That very well might be enough in and of itself to actually get us enough barter skill to convince what's-his-name to fund this little adventure of ours. Yep, that's about all there is to it, to that little section right there. It's a cute little thing just to get you used to hacking and lockpicking. But that's about it. Now, normally later on in the game, there will be other quests for us to do, other things for us to pursue, and that will potentially allow us to level up and actually get to the requirements we're needing. The problem is, with some of those later quests, you're not going to have multiple chances to run those requirements like I did this time. Once you fail the charisma check, once you fail the speech check or the barter check, that's it, you're done. So you want to make sure that you get it right the first time. It's not always possible. Let's see. So we're going to use the Mentats, get that bonus. Does the vault melee and speech, which we don't need speech right now.
You looking to buy some supplies?
Let's see if we got a boost off of that. 24 out of 25, so we got one barter skill out of it. Just not enough.
You looking to buy some supplies?
Let's see if he has a. You never know. He might have the item we need. There it is.
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
So he has the Salesman Weekly. Gives us that temporary plus 10 to barter.
You looking to buy some supply?
And now barter's at least 25.
You made your point.
So we will actually get him to provide us with
and extra
armor.
ammo. And I'll be...
Now, the other thing we want to do, and this applies to every single salesman you meet, you want to buy out his cards. I know this sounds really stupid, but you want to look through his inventory. It has to be under his normal inventory. You can't do it by sorting. See if you can find the actual cards they sell. They're always inexpensive. And each person usually only has
Thanks.
one or two.
Take it easy.
And you use them to build a deck for Caravan. Doesn't sound very impressive, I know, but that deck will get you so much money. Okay, we have done about all we can on this quest, unfortunately. So we're going to head on up here and talk to Ringo again. Come on, Ringo.
So what's going on? Well, I guess that... All right.
Okay.
What's the plan? Are we ready?
Is he gonna... Nope.
Oh.
He's not gonna let us talk
Time to
to
look
Caravan
alive.
first.
The powder... At least...
So we got 6 dudes we gotta take care of. Now everybody has guns, which is fantastic. Ringo's in. Just about everybody in the entire town is in. You're just gonna try to take out as many of them as possible without losing anybody. You especially don't want to lose Ringo. Now remember, it's very possible to lose people, so try to get people taken care of as quickly as you can. You should be able to see them pretty soon.
Come on!
Take pot shots as soon as you can. There we go.
Like that.
Got the kill on him. That guy, I don't know if you saw it, we actually shot his gun right out of his hand. Some guy over here doing something. There we are. Got him taken care of. One last guy hiding out over here. Literally. That's actually Joe Cobb himself. Remember, we shot his gun out of his hand, so he really, he can't do much right now. Just gonna see if we can shoot him down. The quest will not end unless he's dead.
Come on!
And looks like someone else popped him in the head. Reputation. Our reputation in, here has actually gone up for obvious
I owe
reasons.
you a huge favor for this. I'll stick around for a bit longer.
Okay. Quickly loot whatever you can. Magnums do a lot of damage. Now, unfortunately, unlike other games, we did not get money for the guys we didn't kill. But that's fine. There'll be more guys to kill later. Where was that gun we shot out of his hand anyways? Well, I don't see it, so we're just gonna have to take it as lost. Or is that it right there? Nope, that looks like someone's finger. Okay. So we can repair stuff if we so choose. Single shotgun repair. Wear the Desperado Cowboy hat for +1 to perception. Remember, the more repaired something is, the more it sells for. And if you go into data and to quests, you can choose your active quest, which we want to be They Went That Away. Now we can move on. Now the person we want to talk to right now actually is Ringo, and I'm not sure where he went. I'm gonna go ahead and assume he went into here, because we want to learn to play Caravan. And without Ringo,
Thanks again for all your help.
we can't.
It's a two-player game, and the goal, it's why you won't see... Here, take this So, don't worry.
Okay, so what you do... You're going to want to pay as much as you possibly can, because that forces them to pay as much as they possibly can. Now, we want to make a Caravan deck. Your minimum must be 50, if I remember correctly. Actually, let's do this the easy way. Okay, Ace is one... I believe this plays by, what's the word I'm looking for? If I remember correctly, this plays by blackjack rules. What you gotta do is you gotta get as close to 21 as possible. Crap, didn't want to do that. Not playing right here. And there is a minimum you can actually use. I can't... Looks like the minimum is 30. And what you want to do is you want to get a proper setup. So that way it's very easy to sell your Caravan. I'll show you how you do that in a second. Assuming I remember how to do this. And the game doesn't care how many of any given cards you have in the deck. You just have to get those in the deck. Doesn't care how many you have, but you can't have, say, 2 Queen of Hearts with the same back. That's how the game works. And I don't like the way Jokers play, so we're going to get rid of those. Did I just do that again? Yes, I did. I keep on pressing the wrong button. It's A to take it out of the deck. Luckily, I'm only going to have to do this once because the game remembers what cards you have in your Caravan deck. If I remember correctly, I don't want queens either. I want jacks and I want kings. I might have to check the rules in a second, too. So yeah, there's certain cards you want in your deck, certain ones you don't, because they make it easier for you to reach the point you want. Nope, don't want 5s, but I don't want 4s or 3s or 2s. And hopefully I will stop pressing S to randomize my Caravan deck any minute now. By the end of this Let's Play, most of you will be able to sing most of the songs found in this game. Can I, like, speed this up? Yes, I can. Okay, we're just going to go with this deck. Okay, so first, you can see our hand on the right-hand side. First, we have to select a card to be placed to start out our Caravan. I'm going to go with 5. Also 5. And let's say 6. Okay, notice how it's keeping up with how many points are in each hand. The way this works is... How is that a 10? I don't know how he's doing that. When you place down a card, it selects the direction of the Caravan. You can only build up if you went up. You can only build down if you went down, based on certain requirements. And the point is to get it between a 21 and a 26 for each particular deck. And you want to get there faster than your opponent, and you need to get 2 out of 3 decks there faster. if he has, say, a 21 on his leftmost deck, and I have a 21 on my leftmost deck, I have to get to 22 to beat him there. There is no ties. Okay, so we're going to put the 9 plus the 6 is going to give us 15. And if we put a 10 there, instant 25, that's kind of hard to beat. 8 plus 5 is going to be 13. Yep, no, we do not want that. And 10 plus 13 is 23. And we instantly win because we got there faster. And so I just made a little bit of money.
Thanks again for all your help.
Now, usually this is a little bit faster and easier than what I just did. So we're going to see if I can get that a little bit faster. And usually Ringo has a very, very low, he has a very low maximum. We're going to see if I can milk all of his money out of him. He has a very low maximum, he has a very low amount of money to begin with. You can usually milk more than I'm milking right now, but... Now the problem is, I can't quite remember what some of these cards do. Kings, if I remember correctly, double the card that you attach them to. Yep, there you go. Okay, there's almost no point actually trying to beat his 25, unfortunately. And my leftmost is a 10 and a 5, so that's actually going down. Kind of a problem. And you can't use the same number one after another. Okay, he's beating me right now, so I gotta make sure to beat him. Now the one way you can avoid the only go down rule is if you have another card of the exact same suit, and that allows you to go in a different direction. Queens also allow you to go in a different direction if you so choose. We're going to put this 10 here, 26. I am now beating him there. Okay, if I put in, let's see. Jokers are kind of funny, and I'm not sure if I actually want to do this. The way a Joker works, you place on a single card, and it wipes out all cards of that type from the board. Be it that means it's from your side too, so you really want to be very careful about this. That's a 6. So that's going to remove all of his 6s from the board, except for the one that I used it on. Let's see. I'm using 9, so I can't get rid of those. And I'm using an 8, so I can't get rid of that. So I'm going to do... It's kind of a waste of a turn, but place a queen down, and it reverses the direction of that track. Luckily, he just won the game for me. But Ringo isn't exactly particularly good at playing either. It won't always be that easy. Okay, well, we completed that first quest. We got a little bit of money, and we're ready to move on, so I'm going to call it an episode here. Next episode, we're going to start making our way south, and we are maybe even get our first party member. I will see you guys soon.